Hi, it's your girl, Be Free, Bridget Freeman. I'm putting myself up here because I like to be up. I don't like to be down. So I get this question often. I have a land deal, now what? So the secret to wealth, 90% of all millionaires become so through real estate, owning real estate. I didn't say it, I'm quoting it. And it's very true. So the key points regarding land, its unique qualities, zoning, condition of the soil, the topography of the land, permitting standards, property boundaries, and title. So uniqueness, it is like a footprint. There is no piece of land that's exactly the same. And that means finding out how it's unique and then knowing how that follows suit with the next steps. Zoning. So is the property in a county, parish, or city? And those zoning requirements will go along with wherever the property sits. What is it currently zoned? Is it general business, general commercial? Is it R5? Whatever it is, you need to contact that respective municipality to understand what you're allowed to build or have in that current zoning. And what is the process if you wanted it rezoned? That's not an easy task, but obviously it can be done, and you need to find out what the qualifications are in order to do it. Time and money and process. The soil, because you can't just assume that all dirt is created equal, right? Depending on what part of the country you're in, it's going to make a difference in the soil. But beyond that, is it septic allowed? Is it sewer, public sewer? Are there any environmental concerns? Was there something on the land prior to that becomes an issue or could be an issue for building or disturbing that soil? Is it a cemetery, a burial plot? You will need a soils test to determine the condition of the soil. Does it perk, the density? All of that would be a soils test. An engineer can give you that insight and information. Permitting standards. What are you allowed to build on the property? A home, condo, shopping center, multi-unit. Each municipality will be different in terms of what you're able to build or what you're able to put on the property. So let's say, for example, it's a vacant piece of property. You can't just plop a tiny home on it. You can't just put a shed on it that you bought and had it manufactured and then shipped to the land. So there are permitting requirements. There are setback requirements. Like if you are building whatever you're going to build or whatever you're going to put on the property, it has to be a certain feet from the front of the property, the side, the rear. So there are permitting standards based on the zoning and, of course, where the property is located. We talked about how properties are different and unique. So is it industrial, residential? Is it urban? So that's all correlating with what you're able to build. So each municipality has their standards in terms of what they want to see for a particular area. And then you have your property boundaries. What are you buying? Is there anything on the property? There could be a house on the property that's not supposed to be on your property. There could be a driveway. Those are called encroachments. Is there anything else that's on this land that you don't know about, or maybe it's questionable? So those are things that you have to find out from a survey. If there's an easement, or if there's a lease on the property, like a billboard lease or some other lease that's tied to the property itself. So knowing what those property boundaries are would also bring up any questions as to something else that may not be right with the property. And then get a good attorney, because you're going to need some title work. Anything and all the things that we've talked about, it should show up in the title. So make sure you get a good attorney, the title is done properly, and that you get title insurance. So if all of that sounds like way too much information, remember you can give us a call. Purpose Realty Group, we're powered by eXp Realty, and Purpose Realty Group is for a purpose, on purpose, and with purpose. So for a purpose, a greater good, one client at a time. On purpose, we are doing business intentional with intentionality, and purpose driven with a purpose. So you can book me right here, and I'll see you at the top.